In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to whip up a classic Thanksgiving side dish. I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper. I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're making a vintage sweet potato casserole with a gooey marshmallow topping. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps and makes a huge difference. Make sure you stay tuned to the end to learn my favorite variations to customize this classic recipe, and be sure to grab the full printable recipe in the video description below. All right, so let's start making these candied sweet potatoes. So the first thing is we are going to start with some canned sweet potatoes or yams. I think in the US we tend to use those terms interchangeably, although they're not exactly the same thing. But yams are fine, sweet potatoes are fine. They taste very similar, they have a similar texture. My grandmother would tell you differently, but I use them interchangeably. Okay, so then we need to mash them, and I love using my meat masher. You guys have seen me use this multiple times on this channel. This is another great use for it, to mash up potatoes, or in this case, sweet potatoes. And really, you're not going for that fine mashed potato texture. You do want a little texture left with the potatoes. You don't want it too soft, unless that's what you like. If that's what you like, you do you. No judgment here. These are your sweet potatoes. All right, that's about where I like mine. Okay, so now we are going to sweeten these bad boys up a bit. So I have some brown sugar, some light brown sugar that I'm adding in. And to that, we're going to add some melted butter. And then for a little more sweetness, I have maple syrup. And here I'm using pure maple syrup, not the pancake syrup. We want that mapley flavor in there. And next are some seasonings. So here I have cinnamon, nutmeg, and some salt. And the salt is really going to help cut some of that sweetness down a bit. So in they go. Okay, a few more ingredients to go in. We're going to add a little bit of vanilla. I never measure this, I always just eyeball it. That looks good. And some chopped pecans. And I'm not going to add all of these pecans, maybe like half or so, because we're gonna put the rest on top. But this gives us a little bit more texture in the casserole itself. Okay, this looks great. We're gonna set this aside, get our baking dish prepared. So here I have an 8x8 baking dish. I'm just going to give it a coating of some nonstick cooking spray. I mean, we don't want our sweet potatoes to stick now, do we? And then to that, we're going to transfer our mixture. So we're just gonna spread it into an even layer. And now we're going to top it with those remaining pecans. Again, just adding more crunch and texture. There we go. Beautiful. And last but not least, what sweet potato casserole would be complete without marshmallows? So here I have some mini marshmallows. We're going to just spread those across the top in a nice even layer and get them all in there. Now, could you use regular size marshmallows? Of course, it's you. You could do whatever you'd like. I'm using the mini ones though. Could I arrange them nice and neat? Yes, I could, but I'm not that fancy, so they just get piled on top. Now, once we have our casserole assembled, we are going to pop it into a 375 oven and bake it until our marshmallows are gooey and golden and the inside is delicious. Oh my gosh, just look at this. It looks and smells amazing. It's no wonder this vintage recipe is a classic. Just look at how gorgeous it is. Now, before we dig in, it is screaming hot and I don't want to burn my mouth on marshmallows. I want to share some variations you might want to try. First, you can easily swap the canned sweet potatoes for fresh ones. Just be sure to roast or boil them first so that they're soft enough to mash. Next, you can easily swap the pecans for another nut, or you can leave the nuts out altogether. And last, this decadent side dish can go over the top by drizzling some caramel sauce on top. Now, I really can't wait to dig into this sweet potato casserole, so I'm going in. And I'm going right here on the side. Ooh, those marshmallows. Just look at that. Yes, definitely want more. Oh, I can smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg. All right, I'm going in. I want some of everything. And I'm probably gonna burn my lips off. It's so warm and cozy with the pecans and the cinnamon and the nutmeg. And that sweetness from the maple syrup and brown sugar. Oh, this sweet potato casserole is definitely a keeper. There are so many great sweet potato recipes out there. I have an incredible recipe for brown sugar roasted sweet potatoes that's always a hit. Check it out here. I'll see you over there.